Welcome back to the Average Shooter channel. With subguns becoming more popular over the last few years, more companies are trying to come up with something new to keep the class fresh. And on today's episode, we take aim with Palmetto State Armory's addition to the subgun world, the AKV, which is an AK variant chambered in 9mm that was inspired by, but not a clone of, the Vityaz submachine gun. With the pistol only being inspired by the Russian-made Vityaz, PSA was able to take some liberty in creating a more modernized 9mm AK by adding some user-friendly touches. And as we jump into our review, we'll touch on some of the key features of the AKV that we find most useful, as well as some of the other basic features that we hope will aid you in your decision-making process. Starting out with the origin of the pistol, it's made and sold by Palmetto State Armory, a company primarily known to produce budget-priced ARs, AKs, and parts for the two. The AKV is made entirely in America. Therefore, there's no need to worry about the ridiculous 922R compliance laws. Now, we know there's a lot of discouragement when talking about AKs made in the US, but we feel the AKV may revive some faith. The AKV has several variants available on PSA's website. You've got choices between different colored polymer furniture to wood sets in different shades. What the AKV pistol comes with is pretty standard for most companies offering a pistol. The AKV ships in the typical PSA cardboard box, comes with a PSA sticker, a user manual, and one PSA branded magazine. Now onto the features. Starting from the muzzle and working our way back, we will do a quick rundown of the pistol and what you can expect in regards to the features that you'll find on the AKV. The muzzle device is a break. It's composed of two large chambers on both sides, and two ports on the top that sit on 5x28 threads so you'll be able to toss on your preferred muzzle devices or suppressor adapters out there. The break is held in by the common AK front sight pin that is slightly offset, and you'll have to depress it for a couple revolutions to take the break off, akin to just about every other AK on the market. And moving back a little, you've got your standard AK front sight post, which is adjustable for both windage and elevation using the common AK sight tool. For the furniture on the AKV, the front end uses full-length AKM furniture without any modification, so all factory wood sets and rails will work right out of the box. And located near the handguard, you've got a thin sling loop for those of you who want to run slings. The rear sight is something a little different than AK fans may be used to. Instead of there being a ladder sight that is adjustable for preset ranges, it's just a solid piece of metal with a notch cut out. Very simple and designed to be anti-snag. And at the ranges you'd likely be shooting this 9mm pistol, we don't see any reason for change. And honestly, the simplistic sights are one of our favorite features of the AKV. They align very naturally, almost as quickly as the sight picture that you'd find on an MP5. The dust cover has a full-length and unmarked Picatinny rail, and is hinged. Unlike other AKs with hinged dust covers though, the AKV isn't spring assisted. The safety selector is enhanced from the traditional AK-styled safety. The lever has enlarged wings, so to speak, that allow you to easily manipulate your safety, especially if you have shorter fingers. This is a nice feature to have right out of the box, and a change that we see many AK owners make. Moving on to the Magwell, it's made of steel, a relief for those that are not a fan of polymer on the important parts. It is beveled at the bottom to make mag changes a little easier, and to top that off, another user-friendly upgrade is the enlarged and textured magazine release paddle. It's hard to miss this thing due to its size, and definitely makes mag changes far easier under stress. On the left side of the AKV Magwell, you've got something very unique and not offered on 99.9% of other AK variants, and that's the bolt hold open function. We love this feature and feel that it really sets the AKV apart from some of its competition. The standard PSA magazines have a capacity of 35 rounds, in free states, and are interchangeable with the CZ Scorpion. So if you've got a Scorpion and a bunch of mags for it, you won't need to run out and get more mags right away, unless of course you'd rather have 35 round mags. From a utilitarian standpoint, having the ability to consolidate mags between two firearms is a good way to save some money, especially since CZ mags are, and always have been, very affordable. The Palmetto mags seem very well built, and are made of a sturdy polymer and do have steel reinforced feed lips, so no Gen 1 Scorpion mag issues to worry about. And as for the modded AKV that you'll see periodically, it sports a tri-lug adapter on the front, with a Silencer Co. Omega 9K suppressor on it, a set of SLR Rifleworks handguards, a BCM angled foregrip, a Holosun 403 red dot, and an ALG trigger. And of course, the PSA branded SB Tactical side folding brace. So how does the AKV actually shoot? Honestly, it shoots very well, and we'll get to why that is, but please keep in mind that our opinions will be based on the AKV and the factory setup, for the purpose of helping inform those who are looking to pick one of these up. Starting with the operating system, the AKV operates from a closed bolt. and operates via direct blowback. One downfall to this, opposed to the traditional piston system, is that it does make it dirtier to shoot and in fewer rounds, especially if you toss on a whisper pickle. The AKV makes recoil feel almost non-existent. Yes, I know, the 9mm round itself doesn't bite the shoulder as it is, but with the recoil and buffer setup in the AKV, it does seem to mitigate the recoil a bit further than one of its competitors that we've had out on the range. Also, because of the buffer and all, the bolt has less distance to travel, and if you're into burning through ammo at a very fast rate of fire via bump fire, it'll surely put a grin on your face. Pairing the operating system with the factory trigger, you'll be far more than pleased. For some reason, the trigger on the AKV felt better than the usual in our opinion. It felt less gritty, and it definitely felt like rapid shots were easy to accomplish, and with little effort. Back to one of our favorite parts of the AKV, the sights, specifically the rear sight. Because of the simplistic notch that was cut wide enough for fast target acquisition, the AKV was extremely easy to keep on target while shooting rapid strings of fire, and while transitioning between multiple targets. Ergonomically, it's what you would expect out of an AK, but with some user-dependent parts. Your limitations are set only by your own decisions when it comes to the AKV. Our favorite ergonomic features were the addition of the extended safety lever because of how easy it is to manipulate over a standard AK-styled safety, and the bolt drop feature for quicker reloads. Overall, between the user-friendly upgrades and reliability that we got out of the AKV, we truly enjoyed every round that we put through the tube. We love AKs here and have no reason to say that we wouldn't want an AKV in our collections. The little subgun was 100% reliable with the numerous brands of 9mm that we put through it, and it functioned perfectly even without cleaning it over the course of 1,000 rounds. Granted, to some that's not a lot, but to the average shooters out there it might be. And if you were to have issues, we feel like it would be within those 1,000 rounds. To caveat this though, we were also using a T&E pistol with no idea what the round count was prior to us putting what we did through it. Now for our customary pros and cons, of course starting with the cons so that we can end on a positive note. The biggest con, which can be viewed as two separate gripes that I'd like to point out, would be the roll marks and their locations. Although they are only aesthetic, I feel they are overly done. I'd say that the AKV brings a whole new meaning to the term billboard. On the right side, you've got a large PSA logo, which is probably in the worst spot in my opinion, and on the left, you've got more manufacturer information that is much bigger than it needs to be. If you ever wanted a legitimate hinge side folder on this pistol, if you decide to SBR it, the logo is right where the button mechanism would be, resulting in a chopped up logo and wording on the opposite side that wouldn't be easy on the eyes. Because the dust cover is hinged, I would rather it come with a typical spring assisted setup. Granted, it doesn't change anything about the way that it shoots, but our worry would be that the friction that the receiver uses to hold it in place would eventually weaken over time with lots of use. But then again, a spring would weaken over time too. Now with the negativity out of the way, let's get on to the good stuff, the pros. For starters, the muzzle device is a pretty effective and nice touch, with the best part of it being that it sits on half-by-28 threads, so you could switch it out for aftermarket parts or suppressor adapters if you'd like. One of our most favorite features would be the unique bolt hold open feature. That alone is a huge selling point to us due to the fact that no other case have this feature, and it does shave off some time while doing a reload. The AKV is compatible with AKM furniture without any modification, and has an option right off of PSA's website. You can also get the AKV decked out with Magwell furniture or different shades of wood. And lastly, some additional pros worth a mention that need no explanation are the user-friendly upgrades such as the metal beveled magazine well, the oversized magazine release paddle, the enlarged safety to help shooters with smaller hands, and the simplistic sights. In conclusion, we found that the PSA AKV was a fun gun at the range, but also surprisingly utilitarian and with AK reliability. The last round hold open and bolt release button brings the AK ergonomics up to modern standards, and if someone was to use this as a competition gun or a defensive PCC, they wouldn't be at a disadvantage in our opinion. The standard AK forend leaves plenty of opportunity for accessories, and the top rail has plenty of space for optics. In addition, it comes with a very nice trigger, and the ability to use widely available and cheap CZ Scorpion mags is a big pro. With a price point below many of the other PCCs based on mainstream designs, it's just hard to go wrong with the AKV. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And also, let us know what you liked or disliked about it. Constructive criticism only helps us improve our content for our viewers. If our video had an impact on your purchase consideration, for better or for worse, please let us know. We have more videos on the way, so if you haven't subscribed, please join us so that you can check out our future videos that we've got planned. As always, we hope to see you on the next one. The Average Shooter, out.